It's gonna give it an amazing flavor. The texture is okay. We are back to do it again. We are making another bread today. However, I am giving you all what you want. One of my, or a couple of my, most asked questions whenever I'm making any type of bread: do I have to use all-purpose flour? Is there something else I can use besides self-rising flour? Do you have a gluten-free recipe for this bread? So today we are going to make hoagie and hamburger buns, gluten-free, and we are not using all-purpose flour. We are not going to use self-rising flour, and we are not going to use yogurt. Those are some of the things, and we ain't using ice cream either, okay? Those are some of the things that I have used in some of my previous breads that were quick and easy, just 2 ingredients or something like this. This one does have a few more ingredients, but it's gluten-free, and we're going to start off with Quaker oats. Just regular oats. You want the old-fashioned kind, not the quick cooking kind. We're also going to be using some chickpea flour as well, along with other ingredients. So let's go ahead and get this blended into a flour, and I'll be back. Okay, once you have it into a fine powder for your flour, we're going to measure it out. This is a 1/3 measuring cup. So I'm going to use it to measure out my flour. So if you see me using more than one time, it's not 4 cups. This is 1/3 of a cup measured. Okay, it's what I just grabbed out. Okay. Now to our oat flour, we're going to add some salt, garlic powder, onion powder, baking powder, Parmesan cheese. And if you don't want to use the Parmesan cheese, you can switch it out for nutritional yeast, and chickpea flour. Make sure you whisk all of these ingredients together. Okay, now we're going to set this aside, grab another bowl. And in this bowl, we're going to use cottage cheese. Don't worry about the curds. If you don't like the texture, we're going to blend it. You can also use ricotta cheese as well. Don't worry about the taste. It's not going to taste like cottage cheese either. So you want a good cup. Put a little bit more in there, make sure it all comes out. Okay, so we're going to blend this until it is smooth. Once you got it smooth, it should be nice and smooth like that. We are going to go in with 1 beaten egg. You want to kind of stir this by hand. You can use a mixer, but I'm pretty heavy-handed, so I want to make sure I don't overmix this. But you want to blend in your egg really well. Okay, mix your egg in. You want it mixed in well, but you don't want it to be overmixed. Should be one consistent color when you're done. Now, again by hand, you want to go ahead and mix in your cottage cheese mixture into your flour mixture. Make sure your hands are absolutely clean because we will be forming these by hand. You want to keep mixing this until all of your oat and chickpea flour mixture is combined with your cottage cheese mixture. And it should be a sticky dough. Okay, that should do it. I have a little olive oil at this point, and the olive oil is technically for your hands. The dough is very, very sticky, so you can work with it. You want to put just a drop in your hand and rub it around. That's all the oil is for. Just so that you can handle the dough with a little bit more ease. I'm just eyeballing it. Nothing fancy here. That aside just a little bit. Okay, now when you form it, they're not going to spread a lot. So you want to go ahead and form it into the shape that you want it to be in at the beginning. So I'm going to press this down, but when you're pressing it down, you want to make the outside, leave it a little lump, leave it a little hump. You see that little hump? You want to leave a little hump in the center of your dough. That way, and not a big hump, not a big hump. You want to press them out because you want a good sized bun as well. They're going to spread a little, but not much. That'll just give it kind of that little round poof, so to speak. And that should do it. I don't need a terribly big bun, but like I said, and you can also double and triple the recipe to make them as big or as small as you would like. Okay, now that we've got that done, we have one last or two last steps to do before we need to put a egg white wash on there. So I'm going to separate this egg. Good enough. And then just brush it over the tops. Now from here, I am going to add some sesame seeds. You can add sesame seeds. You can add everything bagel seasoning. You can add onion flakes or something like that. I'm just going to add some sesame seeds on here. What they should look like going into the oven. And we'll be back. Ooh, look at these, look at these, look at these. Don't they look amazing? Ooh. Look at the inside, look at the inside. Okay, if you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today here in my kitchen. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much. And channel members, thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you are not subscribed to the channel, take a second and subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell so you won't miss anything. And as usual, don't forget to check out my other channels at The Scaredy Cat Gardener, Pam's POV, and My Relaxing Stories. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do our taste test right quick. Oh my goodness. Now I made mine a little thinner because we like thinner slices of bread, but you can always either not press them down as much, double the recipe, or just form them in the shape and the size that you would like. You can do anything with the hoagie, with the sandwich, with a burger, anything you want. I'm going to just spread a little butter on here just for my taste test. And if you could smell these, they smell amazingly delicious. If you don't want the garlic and the onion powder in there, you can simply leave that out, but it's going to give it an amazing flavor. So, without further ado, the texture is amazing. I will leave the full ingredient list down in the description. That way, you'll have it. Remember, it's gluten-free, and I didn't use all-purpose or self-rising flour. Okay, this is delicious. I'm gonna grab me some coffee, make me a sandwich, and y'all know I'm getting ready to eat. And I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.